A stunning new report on an unprecedented Supreme Court leak rocking the nation this morning. Politico obtaining a draft majority opinion suggesting that the High Court is set to strike down Roe v. Wade.
Have you had a chance to look at Mr. Gerstein's reporting at Politico or at all at the ruling that has been published tonight from the court?
Yes, I just sped read the decision. I found it astonishing and appalling.
A draft majority opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito was leaked to Politico, which strikes down Roe v. Wade. Let's take a look at 10 things related to this leak. Number 10. Politico says that this decision will not be final until it is officially published, likely in the next 2 months. Number 9. It seems clear that the purpose of this leak is to intimidate, threaten, and pressure the justices in the majority opinion so that they might change their vote. Ben Shapiro tweeted, "There is little question that this leak is designed to create threat to the life and limb of any justice who signs on to the majority opinion." Number 8. It seems that the justices in the majority opinion are Samuel Alito, Clarence Thomas, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. Pray that they stand firm in their decision. It is still uncertain where exactly Chief Justice John Roberts stands, although it is likely that he is not on the side of the majority opinion.
Hey, this is Michael. Yeah, the real Michael. If you like these videos, would you consider subscribing? It helps YouTube spread this message to more people. I'm giving away a beautiful handcrafted leather Bible every week, and I'm trying to pass Kenneth Copeland in subscribers to show that truth wins over false teaching. Thank you so much for your eyeballs and support.
Number 7. Here are some highlights of what Alito wrote. Roe was egregiously wrong from the start. Its reasoning was exceptionally weak, and the decision has had damaging consequences. And far from bringing about a national settlement of the abortion issue, Roe and Casey have inflamed debate and deepened division. We hold that Roe and Casey must be overruled. It is time to heed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives. Our sole authority is to exercise judgment, which is to say, the authority to judge what a law means and how it should apply to the case at hand. The court's inability to end debate on the issue should not have been surprising. This court cannot bring about the permanent resolution of a rancorous national controversy simply by dictating a settlement and telling the people to move on. We do not pretend to know how a political system or society will respond to today's decision overruling Roe and Casey. And even if we could foresee what will happen, we would have no authority to let that knowledge influence our decision. The inescapable conclusion is that the right to abortion is not deeply rooted in the nation's history and traditions. The Constitution does not prohibit the citizens of each state from regulating or prohibiting abortion. Roe and Casey arrogated that authority. We now overrule those decisions and return that authority to the people and their elected representatives. What all of this means is that each individual state will now be able to determine its own laws concerning abortion, rather than the law being dictated by the federal government. Number 6. This kind of a Supreme Court leak before an official decision has been announced is unprecedented. Politico writes, no draft decision in the modern history of the court has been disclosed publicly while a case was still pending. The unprecedented revelation is bound to intensify the debate over what was already the most controversial case on the docket this term. Number 5. This Supreme Court ruling is regarding a Mississippi law banning abortions, in the case Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization. Number 4. There is going to be an all-out offensive from the left to fight this ruling. Bernie Sanders tweeted, Congress must pass legislation that codifies Roe v. Wade as the law of the land in this country now. And if there aren't 60 votes in the Senate to do it, and there are not, we must end the filibuster to pass it with 50 votes. Barricades have already been erected around the Supreme Court in preparation for potential unrest and violence. Number 3. Roe v. Wade was completely unconstitutional from the very beginning, so it's absolutely right for it to be overturned.
Have you ever seen anything about a right to abortion in the Constitution? Of course not. Even the Supreme Court has admitted that it's not in the text, but claims it is in a right to privacy, which is in the penumbra of the Constitution. What is that? Well, when you shine a light on an object, the shadow behind it is called an umbra, and the fuzzy shadow outside of that is called a penumbra. Of course, that's just a really twisted way of saying it's not in there. In fact, the Constitution says the opposite and defends all human life, preborn or otherwise, in the 14th Amendment by saying that no state shall deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws.
Number 2. We should recognize that ultimately, the battle against this issue isn't just about convincing people that unborn babies are human beings. More and more, those who support abortion don't even care about that, which means that ultimately, this is a spiritual and worldview battle, not merely a political or logical battle.
I know it's a human life, and I don't care, because not all human life is equal. Basically, she's saying some human lives need to be sacrificed if they stand in the way of other human lives. What do you say to her when she steals your thunder on the abortion stops a beating heart argument? What do you say to her when she stands there and says, yeah, you're right, I agree, and my position has not changed? What do we have then? That's why I believe it's important for us to have a biblical, theological understanding and approach to this issue and the way that we address this issue with our culture at large.
Number 1. No matter what happens, let's remember 3 things. First, killing unborn children is a great evil. Second, God will judge all who support this evil. And third, God is in complete control and is working out all things in history according to his perfect wisdom. Absolutely nothing that happens in history will ever thwart God's sovereign plan.